Hi guys, it's Stacy. Welcome. I hope you're doing well, and I'm doing well also. Thank you so much for asking. So polite. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about the Danessa Myricks new products. It is her Yummy Skin Serum Foundation and her Glow Serum, which is like a primer. Now, I bought these online at Sephora. I had to kind of guess on the foundation shade since I couldn't see them in person. For the foundation, I got the shade 11G. And then for the Glow Serum, she had two shades, and I picked Main Squeeze, which I think is the lighter of the two. Not really sure, but we're gonna go with that. If you're curious about the packaging, here you go. It's a pretty bronzy color. The serum, I don't know why I expected the serum to come in a bigger, smaller box than the foundation. It's kind of interesting. So let me spend the next 2 hours opening these packages per usual. So here is the serum. That is really, really pretty. I like that. And I like the fact that the top, it has a flat bottom here, so you can stand it up on a vanity. And then, oh boy. Oh my God. Why am I so bad at this? How can you be this bad at opening a product? Oh, I don't have my little... Hi. Okay. Here we go. Here's the foundation. I think this shade is gonna work. I may have chosen wisely. Let's see. So these products are both designed to be skincare as well as makeup, like a lot of products out now. I appreciate that. I don't rely solely on the ingredients of any foundation or primer, but you know, it's a good thing to have. So let's see. Let's just go ahead and get started. Now my skincare is already on. I have on my moisturizer and my eye cream. Go ahead, and both of these are squeezy tube. I appreciate that. I like that. I'm not quite sure how much to use. Ooh, you guys can see that. Oh, it doesn't have like a fragrance, but just sort of more of like a clean scent to it. Slightly tacky. That's good. That didn't go as far as I thought. Maybe my skin's a little on the dry side today, so add a little bit more. I have like hat head. I had a hat on earlier this morning. I'm gonna focus more in the center of my face since that's the area where I tend to have the most makeup breakdown during the day. A little here on the cheeks. Feels good. Just turn my mirror on here. My skin doesn't look any different, and honestly, it doesn't feel any different either. I just notice a slight tackiness to the skin. Now, I think this is supposed to be a more radiant foundation, so maybe a sponge isn't the best option, but it is my preferred way to put on foundation. This looks like it's almost a glass bottle, but it's not. I think it's also a squeezy tube. Yes, it is. Okay. Nice. So there's that shade 11G. Okay. A little breakout there. Doesn't really smell like much either. Yeah. Not quite sure about the coverage, but let's see. Okay, I don't know if it's the foundation or the tackiness of the primer, but it is requiring a little bit more blending than I thought. Like it feels like it almost wants to stay in place. It doesn't spread as easily as I would have assumed. Okay. I'm trying to hurry up. Okay, let's take a look. That is pretty. I think that is really, really pretty. Let's see. Yeah, it gives a nice glow. It's pretty good coverage. Wow. It looks very skin-like to me. My favorite in terms of foundation, and it is windy today. My goodness. Sorry if you guys can hear that. Wow. It looks like the texture you see on a tinted moisturizer, but with a lot more coverage than your typical tinted moisturizer. So if you're in a glow, you will like this. If you don't like that kind of finish, you prefer like a satin matte or a more natural matte finish, you're gonna have to powder. But yeah, here, let me get a little bit closer for you guys. Okay, that was like a lot closer, but you can see, I think, no, I think this looks really pretty. Now, I would leave it just like this. I'm good with this coverage, but let's just see if I wanted to add a little more. And this is where the squeeze tube is a nice option, because I just want to use like a drop. Just around here to see. Okay. I'm not going to put any more on my forehead. But let's see. Okay. I don't think building up is going to work with this. It doesn't look bad at all. It looks lovely actually, but I don't see more coverage. I really don't. It actually kind of looks the same before I put any more on. So I'm gonna say it's not very buildable. If you want more coverage in this, you're gonna have to go in with concealer, or it could be a foundation that you mix into some others. Who knows? But I'm gonna stop right there. I'm not gonna use any more product. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. I will be using some of the Danessa Myricks things that I already have, including her Lightwork Volume 3 palette, which is this one. I've used it before. And I'm also going to be using her Lightwork highlighting palette. But I'll list all the products below that I use, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish up, and I'll be back. Guys, I am all done with my look for today. I just want to briefly go over the products that I used to finish off my makeup today. So I already told you about the two Danessa Myricks palettes that I was using. But in addition to that, because the Lightwork Volume 3, just to recap, here are the colors here. I need like a starter palette just to get me going in the crease, and I went with the Viseart palette in Cashmerie. Well, that's terrible pronunciation, but the palette is right here. And I just used the browns, these two, to sort of be in the crease. The lighter one here and then the darker one in the outer corner, just so I could get a more complete makeup look and make things a little bit easier in my life. This is a great palette, by the way. I got that at Beautylish. And then I also used another Danessa Myricks item that I forgot I had, which was her bronzer. And it's in the shade Medium. And at first I tried to pick this up with the brush, a loose brush. This is the big powder brush from Viseart. And it wasn't grabbing any product, not really. So I switched over to this foundation brush by Smashbox, and it did a great job. It picked up a good amount of product, applied it beautifully, because this is like a cream to powder kind of finish, and it's nice. It gives great warmth to the skin, so very, very pretty and easy to blend once you have the right tool. And then for blush, I went with Tom Ford, the Peach Poison Blush Duo. I'm not sure how I feel about this product. The color is nice, but I don't know. The application was a little dry. It was like a little powdery. I got it to work and to come together, but I don't know about this one. I'm not sure, but anyway. And then to do an all over set, I went with the Shiseido Future Solution Loose Powder. Great powder. I've talked about this before. And for brows, I went in with the Anastasia Brow Definer in dark brown. And I put on about 10 coats of my still favorite mascara from Rare Beauty. And then for lips, I finished off with the Buxom lip gloss in the shade Dolly. And was that it? I think so. Now, normally I would go ahead and like set everything with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, but I stopped myself from doing that because I want to see how this foundation just wears on its own without any setting spray. If it wears well, then it'll only get better with setting spray. And if it doesn't, I'll try it again with it to see if it helps it at all. But I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I will turn the light off so you guys can get a truer sense of color. But right now I think it looks great. My skin looks really smooth. It just, I don't see any initial creasing in my smile lines. It looks good on the forehead so far. The makeup I applied looks good on top of it. So far so good. I am going to get going with my day. I have a lot to do today, and hopefully this holds up. And yeah, I guess that's it. I will see you guys at the end of the day. Yeah, okay, bye. Hey guys, midday check-in, and I am shiny. I mean, wow. Good points, the makeup is still on. It hasn't faded. It hasn't oxidized. The color has stayed true. The texture of it looks good. Like it doesn't look bunchy or feel like it's cracking and falling off my face. However, it is shiny, shiny, shiny. I do not have oily skin. I have combo skin. But even this time of year, my T-zone isn't this oily. This is reminding me of like summer, middle of the summer, how my foundation looks. I am not going to powder or blot. I'm just going to leave it how it is to finish the wear test. But if you have oily skin, this is definitely not for you. However, if you still want to give it a try, I would strongly recommend you getting a sample first and then using a mattifying primer, and you definitely want to set with powder. If you have dry skin, you'll probably adore this. It is very pretty. It sits very nicely on the skin, but I am super duper shiny. Okay, that's it. I can hear a bunch of noise outside. So I will see you guys at the end of the day and let you know what I think then. All right, see you then. Bye. Hi guys, it is the end of the night and I am ready to give my final opinion on this foundation. I've had it on for about 7.5, not quite 8 hours. I would have liked to wear it a little bit longer for you, but I've got to get up really early in the morning, so it is time for me to get ready for bed. However, I kind of see where this is going. So if you saw in my midday check-in, which I did on my phone and had natural light, I had a lot of excess shine on my face. And normally I would have liked to have blotted or powdered, but because it's the wear test, I didn't do any of that. However, even though I was shinier than I would have liked, this foundation does not feel heavy. It doesn't feel oily or greasy in the way that other foundations, particularly this happens to me in the summer quite a bit because, you know, it's hot, it's humid. You can feel it. You can feel when foundation kind of breaks down that way. It's just, it's gross. And I don't know of another way to say it, but it feels like you have like this grease mask on your face and you can't wait to go home and wash it all off. This never felt that way. So even though I'm looking, and you can't really tell with these lights, but I can see the excess shine, it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. It still feels very lightweight, like I have on a moisturizer. I do have a bit of my loose powder here that I used to set the makeup in the beginning. I just want to see how it looks now if I were to try to put some powder on to cut down shine, because not all foundation does well when you try to powder later. So let's see. Looks pretty. Looks good. Let me turn on the mirror here. Yeah. This looks nice. This looks nice. So I think overall this is a good foundation. It's not like fantastic because of the shine breakthrough. So this does require some work and a little bit of effort on your part, especially if you have oilier skin. But I feel like the basics of the foundation, the overall formula is good. You know, kind of like a great relationship where the fundamentals are there. It's good, it's strong. You know, you got a good foundation. See what I did there? But it requires work. It requires time, effort. You know, you realize no one's perfect, but you're willing to work at it. You're working through it. It's good. What? Never mind. The point is, this is a nice foundation. I don't mind having to blot or powder a bit. I think it's good. I would use it again. I plan on using it again. Not something I would reach for in the warmer months, but I think it's nice. The shade was great. I really like that. And I really like the primer. I'm curious to see how it works with other foundations because it has such a good sort of tacky base to it. I feel like it could prolong the wear of some other things that I have. And I want to try it over a more matte foundation. like, I don't know, like the Chanel one I have, the Ultra Latin. I think that would be good. So anyway, that is it. I am done with this review. Hope you found it informative. And, you know, like I always say, take care, be well. I hope to see you at the next one. Thanks so much, guys.